right, Stacy Blitch and Julie Amazon, the key matchup on the women's side. And right now, Broadway Danny Wolf with somebody I used to admire.
Yeah, I used to admire her too, and I don't even know if this is the same Lindsay Francis. Lindsay, what has really been going on with you? Where have you been?
Danny, I'm glad to say I've been working at a private facility very closely with the moral authority. I've been working very hard to change my ways, and I'm almost there. I'm only 2 steps away from being the person that I've always wanted to be.
Will you be skating for the Sundogs? When will you be skating?
I think we've talked enough, Danny. Thank you, thank you.
Let her answer the question.
Talked enough.
Talked enough. Back to you, Rory.
Oh, yeah, I wonder what those 2 steps are. One of them's got to be wake up. Here we go. The game is underway, and the Dogs are down on the first jam. Kathy Evangelo gets taken down by Blitch, and that leaves Jamie Konomak. I'll admit it to you, Mark, my favorite jammer in the league right now, Konomak.
Yeah, she's quite a jammer. And you know what, Roy, with her chatty chat column, I gotta admit, this girl has a darn stamina. She backs it up every week.
Melinda Morgan, also a good jammer now, and she's out there with Jamie as they try and get the first points on the board. Stacy Blitz drops back there in the pack. I think she's going to help Konomak. She's going to do a backflip, and that takes out Melinda Morgan. How about that move? Konomak got the point, and Stacy Blitz is working over Morgan. Woo! What a start to the game for Malibu Stacy. It's like she was hot dogging on a surfboard.
Yeah, it did. Boy, she came with some passion tonight. She wants to win this game. She wants the title is what it is, Rory.
Well, the Quakes, and I would say everybody else in the league except you, are sick of the Sundogs.
Where do you get that from? There's studies that have been proven that people want good, clean skating like the more authority brings to the table, Rory.
Oh, and the day they beat Kenneth Logue up in the boiler room and made him eat out of a dog bowl is good, clean fun, huh?
He's a hypocrite, and those are law enforcement officials when they do that.
Right, when they do that. Here they are, the black helmeted skaters are the jammers, the only ones who can score points in roller jam, and they do it by lapping members of the opposing team. And the Quakes have some nice new bright yellow helmets they're wearing. The blockers do. The black helmets, of course, are the jammers, Katie Cooper and Melinda Morgan. They talk over strategy, and they're about to be introduced to Christine Cosson and Stacy Blitch. Cosson and Blitch pick up the pace a little bit. That pack gets a little tougher to catch, but Cooper goes through with the big block, and Melinda Morgan just steps right through and calls it off. Boy, they made that look easy.
They did. It paid off talking about the strategy. You saw them diagramming a play right there in their head, and it worked, obviously getting some points.
You can't do it in this league without teamwork. There are a lot of great, tremendous skating individuals, and I don't mean him, but you can't score points without some pretty good teamwork, and there's an example of it.
And how about that? The Sundogs pitching a shutout right now over the Quakes.
4-0, that much is true, but that won't last. Konomak and Cindy Zimmerman jump out of the pack for the Quakes, and Zimmerman gets knocked down early in the jam. But Konomak's still out there against Kathy Evangelo, who goes down on her knees. Konomak continues on with the jam, and come on, Jamie, go get some, says the crowd. 4-0, the Sundogs lead it. Katie Cooper back there to block, and she's a big one. She's tough. Konomak's kind of dwarfed next to her. It might take some help. Stacy Blitch! Oh! You talk about some help. What a huge play by Malibu Stacy.
And you just talked about teamwork, Roy. What a great play by Stacy as she flipped that one. That's not an easy task. You just mentioned how big Cooper is.
Konomak comes over as the Prophet gives a little pep talk to his guys in the body armor. How about that? Stacy Blitch has the biggest smile in the league, and a big, big play on Cooper right here.
Whip up over Powell right on the back. Ow, that hurt.
Didn't hurt Blitch at all. She's about as happy as she could possibly be with that move. Broadway Danny Wolf is going to try and corner this guy right here. I'll tell you what, Broadway, ask him about one question and say we've talked enough and walk away. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, but I won't. Prophet, what have you done to Lindsey Francis? I think what you've turned her into is awful. She used to be a pretty darn groovy chick.
Danny, is it my folly that I believe in a league that can be wholesome with healthy spirits? Is that so wrong? Little Danny, is that so wrong? Well, as a matter of fact, Lindsey isn't the only one that sees the way I do. Another young man came to me this week and said, Mr. Prophet, sir, I would love to be a part of something good, something wholesome, something on the right track. This young man is our newest Sundog. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Here he comes, Tim Big Nasty Washington.
Wow, you got it.
Oh, no, I don't even want to see this.
All right, Big Nasty.
I cannot believe that. Look at this.
Oh, my gosh.
He looks like a little kid in that stupid-looking Sundog uniform.
He looks good, Rory. Way to go, Big Nasty.
Oh, yeah, real cute. Real cute look for the Big Nasty. To me, that's a sacrilege to see him in that uniform. We'll be back with a second period in a minute. Sundogs lead after one period of play here at Roller Jam Arena. And what a shocking surprise it is to see the Big Nasty. And that's the last time tonight I'm going to call him by that name because it doesn't fit anymore. He doesn't have that black and silver enforcer uniform on. He doesn't have the scowl on his face like he used to. He's a changed man. Oh, isn't that just wonderful? But he's going to go against a guy who never changes. It's better to burn out than it is to rust. John Atkinson never gives up an inch on the track, and he won't to his, well, at times even former compadre, the Big Nasty. But tonight, they'll be enemies in this Quakes Sundogs matchup. And Broadway Danny Wolf is with the big cupcake himself. Go ahead, Broadway.
This is just unbelievable to see the Big Nasty in the yellow and red of the Sundogs. What are you doing as a Sundog? You and D'Amato were a dynamic duo as an enforcer.
Come on. You know what, Danny? I'm so sick of Mark D'Amato. You know, he's in my shadow now. When I shave my head, he shaved his head. I got a little goatee, he's got to go get one too. I break backs, he tried to do the same thing. You know what? Mark D'Amato calls himself the most dangerous man. But how can he be the most dangerous man when you don't have the Big Nasty backing you up?
Well, that sure fits into the Sundog benevolent attitude, doesn't it, Mark?
What are you talking about? That's great. This could be the start of a dynasty here on the Sundogs. They're already unstoppable. Now, added the Big Nasty, and I'll still call him that too. Big Cupcake. Ugh.
You know what? He is calling Sean Atkinson's brother all of those copycat names. And the Yak Attacks out there skating against him tonight. Here's K9 into save. Ooh, whoa. That had to hurt. They sent Brian Krebs down hard. And K9 and Disabled go on with the jam with the Sundogs ahead 4-1. They've assembled enough thugs and cheaters on this team that they stand a chance every night. I got to admit that.
How can you call Mr. Barker there, number 9 out there, a thug or a cheater?
Well, you got a point there. He's not smart enough to do any effective cheating. There's a big play to take the Yak Attack out. And Tim Washington pulled it off. Wow. Posse Shalene got knocked over the rail also, and they're laying on the insult to Atkinson.
Rubbing it into the Yak Attack. Now I want to see him preach that violence up against Big Tim Washington.
It looks like they painted that jersey on him. He threw one of his teammates, one of the Dogma boys, into Atkinson.
It's already paying dividends having him on the team.
The dividend, too, is on the scoreboard. You see Barker take Posse Shalene out. And when I was talking about Barker, I was talking about, remember how he used to read off the cards that Kenneth Logue wrote out for him. So he'll just do what he's told on this team. 12-1 Sundogs.
Like every good skater should. Listen to the manager, the boss.
You should start listening to me. Here's Posse Shalene trying to get the Quakes back into this game. Look at all that muscle he's going to have to contend with back there now. With Washington ripping one into him. I'm not going to forgive, I don't know about you fans, I'm not going to forgive Tim for leaving the enforcers in D'Amato that way. And now he gets taken down by Posse and Atkinson. Shalene's going to get the points. Two of them go down. He goes through and gets Atkinson leave the Sundogs laying on the track.
You got to give your props to Posse. He has jammer speed and a blocker's body out there, Roy.
Referee Sean Corbin says give the Sundogs 3 points and the Quakes 4 points, and watch the big nasty go down. As big and tough as he is, Posse's built pretty good too, huh?
He is, no doubt about that, but still you got to give the edge to Washington. I think he might be the better skater, and he's also very sneaky out there once in a while too.
Oh, you give the edge to Washington running into a safe at Fort Knox. 15-5, the Sundogs by 10. And this is the final jam of the first half of play. Eric Slopey gets knocked down. Atkinson's got a jammer's helmet. You don't see it too often, but when you do, he means business. He's out there against the Dogma boys, K9 and disabled. Boy, their moms must be so proud of these kids.
I know, I agree, Juwan. Finally, you're seeing the light here. Of course they should be proud of them. Look at them. They're the champions.
Oh, yeah, look at him. Is right. They're going against Atkinson. Sean pumps him. Trying to take care of 2 men at once, 2 big men at once. Can he do it with 25 seconds left on the jam? Whoa, he got one of them out of there and knocked the rail out at the same time. And now he takes care of the other one. K9 goes up against the rail. The pack is down. Atkinson gets up ahead of Steve. Oh, what a collision. He ran into Barker in Washington. K9 went through on top. He got some Sundog points. Atkinson, remember, there's still brotherly love between him and D'Amato, and he wasn't happy when Washington badmouthed his brother.
You would look at the attack, Roy. You wouldn't think that guy would be able to get up in the air like the way he does. He is an impressive athlete. Watch this right here. Up in the air, boom!
Sean Corbin says 3 Sundog points, but let me tell you something about Sean Atkinson. He obviously doesn't believe in the helmet laws, because he took his helmet off to prepare for the collision. And the disabled's a little bit hurt. He might have to go on the disabled list, I think. Those ribs are hurting him and plenty. And K9's not going to be much help right now. 18-8, the Sundogs have a big lead. Don't go anywhere. In case you're not up to date on World Skating League current events, check out Roller Jam Rewind.
Unfortunately, Kenneth Lowe will be tied up for a while, so I will take over the responsibilities of the WSL. I know for a fact that you do not want violence. I know for a fact that you do not want to watch girls like Denise Loden skate around this track with their big bouncy boobies swaying back and forth. And I know because of this sophisticated program research. And it says that you want clean skating. And it says you want changes for the better. Here's an example of a good change. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the new and improved Lindsey Francis, because that's what you want. And as new commissioner of the WSL.
What in the name of blue blazes are you talking about? I am the commissioner of this league. I own this league, lock, stock, and barrel. I never gave you that job.
How soon we forget, Kenny? Can we please roll the footage? This contract states that you release all power of the World Skating League over to myself and members of the Moral Authority. Just sign on the line.
You vile, ungrateful.
Mo Sanders, this is the first time you're going to face Jason McDaniels since you won the title from him.
I won the belt. You guys know I'm the best on the bank track.
Boy, you made Mo look foolish on that last jam, Jason.
That's right, Sanders. I guess it's a little bit different out there on the track. Now the title is going back to Daddy.
Mo, I know you're scared to race Jason McDaniel for the belt, so I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna pull all my dice off the track and leave Jason on. You can win the game and keep the title if you beat him.
I am so confident in Mo that I'm pulling my team off the track. Let Mo and Jason go for it. I know Mo is gonna kick his ass.
This belt to me, it represents Dice unity. And I never would have gotten it back if I wouldn't have had Weber trusting me. Thanks a lot, Webb. It's all to you.
What a night it has been already. I never thought I'd see Tim Washington in the uniform of the Florida Sundogs, and I think he looks a little bit strange in that uniform. The Quakes, Sean Atkinson took it personally because, remember, D'Amato's his brother.
Yeah, it is, and Atkinson's playing like that right now, too, the way he's throwing his body around out there.
Broadway Danny Wolf is standing by in the infield, and Broadway, what have you got for us?
All right, Rory, thank you. I'm supposed to interview Kenneth Logue, but I don't know if I have skate dust in my eyes or what. This is unbelievable. What? Mark D'Amato first, what are you doing in a wheelchair?
You know, Danny, let me tell you a sad story. I suffered a vicious attack at the hands of the prophet and the moral authority that resulted in a kidney damage that apparently I'm not going to recover from. I'm going to need a transplant very shortly. As a matter of fact, Danny, I'm here tonight to announce my retirement.
What?
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. And what are you doing with Kenneth Logue?
First of all, I want to say I'm not looking for any sympathy. Even in a wheelchair, I get more than a rental car.
I'm glad you got that in there, but what are you doing with Kenneth Logue III? You don't like this guy.
Kenneth Logue is my new best friend in the whole wide world. We are united with one purpose, and that is to take back control of the WSL.
And Kenneth Logue, this is unbelievable to see you with one of your arch rivals, Mark D'Amato. I mean, this is unbelievable. And I remember where you were in a wheelchair once, and that was at the hands of Mark D'Amato, Kenneth.
Daniel, there's a critical difference. My injuries were sustained here on the track in the heat of battle and as a result of a vicious but ultimately clean hit. Mr. D'Amato, on the other hand, was lured into a trap by a menagerie of cowards who collectively couldn't muster the moral fiber of Don King. Now, I've learned over the last couple of weeks that he and I have a lot in common, not the least of which is knowing what it's like to have to handle more than one thug at the same time.
And Mark, I gotta ask you, what about the big nasty on the Sundogs? Who would ever think?
I knew you'd be getting to that, Wolf. Let me tell you, the ultimate loser, Big Nasty, is on my list. Believe me, we're gonna face each other because I...
Get him!
Can you believe that Washington's attacking a man in a wheelchair? Atkinson comes over to save his brother. What in the world happened to the good old Big Nasty we used to know?
Hand up.
We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Stacy Blitch from the California Quakes.
We've seen a lot of things in this league, but I never thought I'd see Tim Washington attacking Mark D'Amato, let alone Mark D'Amato in a wheelchair, to the point where Sean Atkinson has to jump in and get involved to help save his brother. Boy, things have turned in this league faster than you can imagine. We went down there and got Mark D'Amato back into his wheelchair and got him up here into the booth, and we want to talk to you, Mark. I hope we don't disrupt your enjoyment of watching the women's third period.
I'm in severe pain right now.
Well, I believe it. Now, are you serious about retiring from this league?
Absolutely. It's not my choice, Maury, but I'm going to force it to retirement due to the severe damage to my kidney. I'm going to need a transplant very soon.
You actually have to get a kidney transplant.
Amazingly, no one has stepped up, someone stepped forward to offer their kidney so far.
Yeah, that is amazing. You'd think there'd be people in line. Meanwhile, Stacy Bledge for the Quakes, Belinda Morgan for the Sundogs, and they're out on a big jam right now. And look at Blitch work that right elbow, and that sends Morgan into the rail. Boy, she did a good job. Stacy Blitch is an all-star in this league, that is for sure. And Blitch is trying to get close.
I'm so proud of my little brother right now. I can't stand it. Look at him out there.
You should be proud of him. Meanwhile, Blitch is picking up points on the women's side for the Quakes, and they're getting closer in this game. Nice move there by Katie Cooper, though. Even already fallen, she has to call off the jam. I never thought that I'd see the Big Nasty, and this is the one and only time I'll call him this tonight because I don't like the way he looks in the uniform. I never thought I'd see him in a Sundog uniform.
You know, I never thought I saw it either. I would see it either. When I met this guy, he had a sign that said, "We'll skate for food."
Right.
And this is the thanks I get. You know, I'm sick of him anyway. Quadfather, can I borrow 20 bucks? Quadfather, can I ride in your car? Quadfather, I forgot how to do the King Kong. Can you remind me? You know, I'm well rid of him.
Don't you think he made you, though?
And you are?
No, I was just kidding. Just
you better be kidding.
Just
what
kidding.
was that all about? All right, it's 18-12 now. The Quakes are a little bit closer. However, Mark, I have to admit, too, that I never thought I'd see you and Kenneth Lowe in an alliance like this.
First of all, Maury, who is this chump?
Rory.
All right, Corey,
yeah.
Who is this chump in the booth with you?
His name's Mark Lloyd.
Interesting.
There goes Ileana Bonilla. Yeah, I think so, too. I don't know how else to explain it other than he just showed up one day. Bonilla is trying to get by Katie Cooper now. I know you're always a big fan, Mark, of watching the women skate.
Oh, right. It's a riot, I'm telling you. You know, as I've said before, the only reason there's women in roller jam is so the guys can sit down and have a break.
But their points do count, and Belinda Morgan got some there for the Sundogs.
Unfortunately, they do count.
Now, how much longer are you going to be able to skate before this retirement goes into effect?
I have promised, I owe it to my fans, I will skate until the day of the surgery.
And you're in pain?
At least 5 weeks. The schedule, we're scheduled for 5 weeks right now. I will skate every game up until then.
You'd like to get rid of this moral authority, wouldn't you?
You know, I'd like nothing better. They took away Lindsey Francis. You know, they took away my best friend, Tim Washington. I've been forced into retirement. There's nothing that I'd like to see better than to have them out of here.
You don't think maybe you pushed them away, Washington and Lindsey Francis?
And you are, again...
Explain them to him.
You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance, Mark. Hey, I'll tell you what, Mark. I got to give you credit for getting Lindsey Francis. I thought she looked spectacular in the Enforcer uniform.
Didn't she?
And now she looks like an old matron.
You know what? She's ruined. She's ruined. Under my guidance, she will flower.
Well, that's one way to look at it. The jam goes on. Conor Max picking up points. She calls off the jam, and the women's period comes to an end. And let's see how many she got. 4 good ones for the
Thank
Quakes.
God it's over.
You mean you don't want to watch any more women skating?
No, as a matter of fact, I have an appointment with my physical therapist, Candy, very shortly, and I want to get in a cigarette before it's time. So,
that's always advisable. Yeah, Candy who? There he goes. All right, thanks, Mark. Thank you. We'll be back with a 4th and final period coming up. It's 19-16. Sundogs by 3. Where you going, Stacy? Welcome back to the I Hate the Sundogs television network. It's 19-16. The Dogs do lead the game. And Broadway Danny Wolf is with the Ack Attack.
And Ack Attack, I gotta ask you, how about your brother, Mark D'Amato's new ally, your arch enemy, talking about Kenneth Logue III?
Mark, you're making a terrible mistake, man. That cranky, skanky old ass Kenneth Logue ruined the league. If you decide to go with him, you're gonna blow it, man. Listen to your younger brother. You're gonna blow it.
What if Logue tries anything with him?
If Logue tries anything, Kenneth Logue, what the Sundogs did to you ain't crap. I'll crap on you and bury you myself, you old bastard.
And how about your brother's injury? He's got the kidney, needs the transplant. How about his condition? I know it's a serious matter.
Right now, I'm just really, I don't want to even talk about that. I'm really scared for my brother. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. It's all new to me right now. We're still in the talking stage with the doctors, so there's a lot of hope.
Good luck in the last period,
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, don't you think D'Amato seemed awfully cocky for a guy that needs a kidney transplant? He was up here and said he's in pain and he's going to go ahead and skate for another 5 weeks.
And you know what? He's lucky he was in a wheelchair. I would have taken him out, Rory. Corey,
come on.
I would have taken him out.
Why didn't you say that 3 minutes ago?
Well, I was going. You didn't give me a chance. You kept on talking.
So it's okay for Tim Washington to hit somebody in a wheelchair, but that's where you draw the line.
Of course it is.
All right. Here we go. The fourth and final period is underway. And the speed, they call for the speed of Sigmund Williams. He gets out, and all three jammers go up, over, and out. Wow. That leaves Sam Martin as the only jammer out there to score points. Now he's got to get back there and rail or lap the skaters in the pack, and he can pick up some points that way. That's the only way. He's going to get a whip from Sigmund Williams. Sigmund got back on the track quick enough to give that whip, and Sam Martin comes up to Atkinson. Sean, who always, it seems, has something on his mind other than the game. Man, this guy is what you call beleaguered.
But he never gets distracted. Did you ever notice that, Roy? He always stays focused on the game.
I think that the game is what helps him. But Washington just helped him down. I mean, helped him down hard, and Sam Martin got the points. Tim Washington just tackled the Ack Attack.
The Ack Attack should have been focused not on the game, but on Tim Washington just did. Took a shoulder right to the rib cage, right on the sternum right there.
I still think Washington looks ridiculous in a gold Sundogs uniform. He was born to wear the enforcer uniform. I don't know what he's doing here.
Oh, get over that, Rory. He looks great out there. Hey, he wants to be a champion. So what do? If you can't beat him, you join him, and that's what he did.
You ever hear the term front runner?
Not me.
No.
Not me.
23-16 the score now with 2 jams left to go, and the belt that the Prophet brought out here is indeed on the line tonight. Sigmund Williams trying to help the Sundogs gain a bigger lead, but Eric Slopey is going to put him down with that right skate into the back.
You know what? Everybody thinks the Sundogs don't deserve to be the champions. This is what's going to settle it right out here on the skating rink.
Eric Slopey along with Brian Krebs. They have a chance to get a whole bunch of them right now for the Quakes if they can get by the Dogma boys. Mom's home saying, there's my kids.
Yeah, look at them, champions.
Look at them blocking. A double block that's going to be tough to get by for a couple of the littler guys. Atkinson, ho, ho, ho. He used his head, didn't he? He put his head right into the 2 of them, and there goes Slopey, and there goes Krebs, and they got them all.
Wow, it must be those new helmets out there from the Quakes. What a shot by the Ack Attack. He doesn't bother using his arms, Roy. He just throws his head out there.
Corbin, Sean Corbin, the referee, gathers them up, calls them, and counts them up 8. 8 big ones for the Quakes, and the Quakes have taken a 1-point lead. That's one way to get rid of the other jammer, huh? And then look at this play by Atkinson. Oh, no regard whatsoever for his own safety. He just plunged right into those 2 big guys.
And that's the only way you take out K9 and Disable. I mean, you really got to pack a punch. Luckily, the Ack Attack does.
What happened to this guy? What is he?
Breath.
Out of breath?
No, he's giving the team a pep talk. Look at him, clapping, cheering him on. That's what a manager should do.
This guy, to me, is a joke. 1 jam left to go. 1 jam, and the game will be decided. One more time, they run out of that pack. Posse Shalane and Eric Slopey for the Quakes against the Dogma boys of the Sundogs with a 1-point advantage right now. Quakes 24-23. The Shalane machine gets knocked down.
And it's who wants it more right now, Roy. The belt is on the line. It's coming down to the last jam.
Disable of K9 and Disable. Comes up to Atkinson. Ack cannot let him get even 1. 1 would tie it, 2 would win it for the Sundogs. And they've got all the big boys back there now. K9 and Disable and Washington lurking. Atkinson with the game on the line and 18 seconds left in the jam. Can he stop these 2 guys? I think he got 1. I think Disable just got 1 and into the bench and infield. He flips him over. Atkinson flipped him, but I think he might have gotten 1 point, and now they're working over the Ack Attack. The referees are a little late getting in there.
What did they score?
Well, we got to look at Corbin and find out. If he got 2, the Sundogs won it. If he got 1, it's tied. If he didn't get any, the Quakes won it.
They put 1 up there.
They did,
Somebody
didn't they?
called it.
They put 1 point. One Sundog point up on the scoreboard, and that ties her up. And that means Broadway Danny Wolf is dancing for joy. Time and a half for all of us. It's overtime coming up. We haven't decided a thing yet. Tied up 24-24. We are coming right back.
Now, it's time for the 3DO Army Men Air Attack of the game. Dogma's bark was no match for this Ack Attack's bite on this vicious skyscraper. It's the 3DO Army Men Air Attack of the game.
All right, we are back. Overtime is looming. Broadway Danny Wolf is standing by with the big cupcake and one of the original children of the corn, the Prophet. Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, Prophet, what are you doing? Why are you putting the title belt on the Big Nasty?
Hi, Danny. This is what it's all about. 24-24. I'm goose pimply. Match race, Danny. I'm going to put my new man. He's no longer an enforcer, but he can still enforce for the Sundogs against Mr. Bring My Ladder out here so I can punch your teeth in your kneecap. Sean Atkinson. Match race, 3 laps. Winner takes the match, and winner takes the belt. I love having this guy on my team.
All right, so 3 laps, anything goes. Sean Atkinson against the Big Nasty. Winner wins the game and the title. Back to you, Rory and Mark.
Thanks a lot, Danny. The Prophet, he's just going to float off in the Never Never Land one of these days. Wow. 3 laps with the belt on the line between Washington and Atkinson. Well, we'll see what happens. The Ack Attack, once again, has been through a lot tonight. And he has 3 laps left in him, I guarantee you that. Washington will resort back to his enforcer training that he got from Atkinson's brother D'Amato. And Sean jumps out from that line, but he's got to go 3 laps to get that belt from around the waist of Washington. He's tried, he just tore it off. He tore it up and threw it into the infield.
But you saw the Nasty look good with that belt on. That's why he's on this team. He's playing for champions now, and he's going to retain it.
1 lap to go. 1 more to go. Who's going to get there first and win this thing? They're both up against the rail. Atkinson gets tossed over the top. Washington went down as hard as I've ever seen him go down. I don't know if he can get up. He's trying to get up. They're right in front of our position now. Half a lap to go. Atkinson says, come on. And they're right in front of us, battling it out.
Get up, Big Nasty.
Into the booth they go. The Big Nasty and Atkinson.
Get up.
You're not supposed to root, Mark. Get back. Atkinson's down on the floor. Washington's yelling at him, telling him to get up. Atkinson has something left. Grabs him by the shirt, but can't stand up for long. The game, the title, the belt, it's all on the line right here. Atkinson trying to get back on the track.
He has to get in if he's going to play here.
He will. He'll get in there. Washington went out to chase him, and they're both off the track. This won't count. This won't count if they get to the line. But they're not even going to get that ball. He had enough energy left for the back attack. Atkinson jumps out on the track. Is he going to win it? He ought to go for that finish line, but instead he went for Washington's legs.
Ack Attack, he's not using his head. He's going to win the belt just then. What are you doing?
Atkinson should get back on the track for the good of his team and of himself, I think. Look at his Quake teammates screaming encouragement, getting the crowd behind him saying, come on, Ack Attack, a few more feet. Stacy Blitz says, get there, get there, get there. But Washington grabbed him just before he made it. Oh, not quite.
Who wants it more right now?
Who can crawl to that yellow tape and claim the championship? Washington got it. Washington got it. And the Prophet has won again.
Look at the champions out there. Oh, wow. What a match race just then.
That's an extra glass of milk for Lindsey Francis tonight. The belt stays, at least for now, with the Sundogs. K9 and disabled, Washington, Francis, the Prophet. But give a lot of credit to the fallen warrior, the Ack Attack, Sean Atkinson. That's it. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Sundogs in overtime. We'll see you next week on Roller Jam.